Hello, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com, and it was Loy Machedo. Today the date is 30th June 2016. Time right now is exactly 1 p.m. All right, I had this question from one of my students, which I thought was pretty applicable to most of the people. The question that he asked was, Loy, how can I negotiate my salary, especially during the interview? Apparently, the student friend of mine, whenever he would go for an interview, everything would go fine, great, but when he came to the salary negotiation, he would always have a problem. In fact, they would always give him lesser than what he asked. So he asked me, well, could you give me a few tips on how you can make, how I can negotiate a better salary? See, first and foremost, you need to understand is, when you're going to hunt for a job and looking for a job, the employer is looking for the most talented and gifted guy that he can employ. And the employee is looking for the best job offer that is available in the market. So he wants something that will benefit him. This guy wants something that will benefit him. And then it's a matter of, okay, each one is looking for where they can get a better deal at a much lower expense. So it's like, I'm going to buy something. So if I'm going to buy something, if I have, let's say, $100, if someone was ready to offer me something that is valued at $150 for 100, I would buy that. I would say, wow, that's a great deal. And if someone who is selling $100 worth of, let's say, an item, and someone's ready to pay him, let's say, 150, oh, well, why not? You're paying me much more. So this is where the problem takes place. The guy is looking for, I'm going to get an employee of greater value for lesser price, and the employee is looking to market himself as, I'm worth X, but I can ask X plus something. So this is where the problem takes place. So how do you solve this challenge? First and foremost, which I would always tell everyone and anyone is, before you hunt for a job, or whatever designation or position in the given industry, do a bit of your homework. Find out what is the market paying. So let's say, for example, you are an engineer and the engineer is being paid, so let's say $4,000, okay, in the market. You check out the market and you find that everyone's getting paid $4,000 or less. Now, there are very rare chances that you'd be paid $4,500 unless you're really very good for that given position. So if everyone's getting $4,000 and you are hoping for $4,500, I don't think that is going to happen unless, of course, you're exceptional, you're brilliant, you're really someone or something rare. So now begins the question. So let's say you did your homework and you find out there is a possibility for you to earn more. So if the industry is offering you more and your position can demand or challenge a little bit more, what should you do? Pretty simple. Number one is, first and foremost, the most important thing among everything else is you need to sell what are the extra things that you can do for the employer. Let's say, for example, you're looking at a senior sales executive. Find out what the sales manager is doing. What does he do? And ask yourself, can I do all these things? If you can do most or almost all the things that a sales manager can do, though you have not been given an opportunity, you need to market and sell and say that I have done all these things, and I can do all these things. So you need to convince the guy that you have done by giving him specific examples. Now, if you have not done, prove it to him that you've done it outside work, maybe as a volunteer, maybe in other, let's say, charitable organizations or in the affiliations you're taking a part in. Because if you can convince the guy that, yes, even though I'm applying for a senior sales executive jobs, I can do that of a sales manager, I don't see a reason why the employer will say no, because they are always looking for the best talent and the best deal in town. That is number one. The second thing, what you need to understand is, if you're applying for a job that is offering $4,000 salary, okay, and you ask for $4,000, 100% he's going to negotiate. So if you ask him $3,000, again he'll negotiate. Even if you ask him, let's say, I'm ready to work for $1,000, still they will negotiate. Because remember, businessmen always negotiate. They always have to find whatever you're asking, they will give you less. So what is the solution here is, find out what is the take it or leave it salary that you are willing to, that you're not willing to go down. Your take it or leave it salary, whatever it is. So if you have a take it or leave it salary, only after that you put up a price of 20% higher or 25% higher, and you hit that markup. You start the conversation with that. Obviously, he's going to say, "Oh no, I don't have that kind of money. That is not my budget. So I can offer you." So obviously, he's going to bring in 30% down. Then obviously you can say, "Listen, I said this, you said this. Let's meet up halfway," and that's how you negotiate. But however, don't be stupid without doing your homework and just like a smart ass say, "Okay, I want $4,000." You conjured up that number from up your head and then say, "Okay, I want $4,500 US." People are not dumb. You need to do your homework. And last, if not the least, what you need to understand is bluffing a little bit, giving a little bit of bullshit, and ringing your way towards a job can help, provided you know how to carry it forward. I am pretty good at bullshitting. Okay, I'm pretty good at bullshitting. I'm pretty good at giving stories, but I can back it up because I speak through experience. Obviously, in my industry, I'm good at what I know. But if I were to move into cooking or something else, maybe I'll not do that well. So just know that where you have to bluff, where you have to pull up a poker face, and where you have to get away winging it, well, go ahead and do that. So I hope this helps you in terms of negotiating your salary, especially during an interview, and getting the salary of your choice. Because, but yes, keep in mind, there are many a times multinational companies that have fixed salaries that you cannot. Like for example, Petrofac is a multinational giant. Irrespective of your nationality, irrespective of whatever you ask, they're going to give you what has been set as the benchmark. So apart from that, well, most other local employers, I think you can negotiate. So this is what I feel you can do or should do in terms of negotiating a salary. And yes, if there was another plus point I'd give you is practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. So you need to practice with your mentor. So I hope this answers your question, how you can negotiate your salary. And I hope this kind of gives you some insight as to how you can also negotiate and get something good. Any questions, let me know. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.